Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Author Hangout for Kids. We're doing some live streaming fun. I've got a very special guest joining me, and I can't wait to get all you kids thinking about books, doing some drawings. I've even got a special little helper that's wandered in. It's time for me to fire up the computer, and let's get this live stream started. Okay, here we go. Author Hangout time. Yes, it is Adrian Beck's Author Hangout. Now, we're doing some live streaming for kids because, like everyone out there, we've got kids at home that need a bit of a distraction. And so if this is popping up in your feed and you've got kids that need something to do with themselves, this, hopefully, the next 20 or so minutes, this will be perfect. Now, I've got some helpers here. I've got one of them that's opening and closing windows and one of them that's bursting on the scene. So that's just all part of the show, I'm afraid. That's just the way it is. But I'm joined by another very special guest. Maybe if we could keep that window closed, that would be good. Thank you, helper. Closed, I said. Thank you very much. I'm joined by another very special guest. So kids, if you're watching, make sure you get your pen and paper because we're going to do some fun bookish activities and talk about books. If you could close the window, that'd be awesome. Thank you very much. Trying conditions here at the studio. But I've got a very special guest that's going to be joining us to help us with all that because we're hanging out with authors and creators. Yeah, fantastic. Okay, here we go. Let's get her in here. Let's meet the wonderful... Hiya, Kylie.
Hello. Hi, I'm good. How are you?
How are you going? From all the way in Western Australia, Kylie is joining us.
Yes, yeah. Very exciting to hang out online with you guys.
Yes, it is very exciting. So, Kylie, your latest book. Now, we're actually all in the same boat here. I've just released Derek Dool and Little Legends, and your latest book, which you've just released, is the second in the Fish Kid series, which you've got there. You did read that book. You did read that book. Did you like it? Mm-hmm. Good. That was lucky. Now, you're welcome to be part of the show, or you can help out behind the scenes. It's up to you.
So lucky to have
I feel like she's a permanent fixture. Not quite ready for that yet, but thank you for offering. You don't know. Okay.
Can I do both?
You can do both. All right. So Kylie, tell us a little bit about Fish Kid. Sorry, I'm juggling a lot of balls here, Kylie. Tell us a little about Fish Kid and why kids might love to get involved in the Fish Kid book.
Oh, I am so excited that my new Fish Kid book is out because I've had a lot of little people emailing me saying, when's the next one out? When's the next one out? So finally it's out. This one is really exciting for me because it's set in Western Australia in Ningaloo. And I've actually been swimming with these manta rays. So it's a very special place to me. And my family goes on holidays to Ningaloo every year to see manta rays and whale sharks and all sorts of creatures.
Fantastic. And your family are very outdoorsy and do a lot of diving, and you particularly. So obviously it was a natural thing for you to choose fish or to write about, I guess. Where's the fascination come from?
My family and I just love being on the ocean. We spend a lot of time on the water and fishing and boating and swimming and snorkeling. So, and I also did a lot of awesome fish encountery kind of stuff when I was traveling a while ago and encountered hammerhead sharks and whales and all sorts of things. So I just wanted to get them into a book somehow because they're sort of the most amazing things I've ever done. So I thought I'd write about a kid called Fish Kid who ends up sort of experiencing and meeting all these creatures too and getting some fish powers of his own.
Yeah, so he's like a superhero in some ways, yeah?
Yeah, he didn't know what to start with. And each book he interacts with a new sea creature and he seems to find out about a few more powers that he has, a few more fish powers that the sea creatures teach him about.
Fantastic. Okay, great. Well, Fish Kid is awesome. It's out now. So it's something that kids might like to read. And what we want to do is we want to warm up. Now, you not only did you write these books, you also illustrated these books. So we're going to get your illustrating fingers ready. I've got a little challenge. Now, I need one of my little helpers to help me here because it's a segment that we... Yep, it's one of those segments, titles over there. If you could grab... That's the one. Perfect. You can both grab it together. That's okay. It's called... what's it called? Ready, get set. What's it called? Draw. No, ready, set, draw. Yay! Gee, that ukulele could do with a bit of a tune. Okay, so if I could get you to share your screen, because what we're doing here is Kylie has got, now this is a little bit inspired by one of my favorite shows when I was a kid called Mr. Squiggle. And he used to have to take some squiggles and turn them into an amazing picture. And I have sent through a couple of pictures to Kylie, and I'm going to give her a countdown, and I'm going to see if she can turn these amazing squiggles into pictures. Ooh. So there's the first squiggle. Now that is from a young lady called Olivia, who I know quite well. And I'm going to put 30 seconds on this wonderful PJ Masks clock that I've been handed. How do I get to 30 seconds, girls? Oh, there we go. I found it. Okay. So we're going to give Kylie 30 seconds to turn this into something. Kylie, how do you feel? Do you reckon you can do it?
I don't know if I can turn it into anything other than like a bottom, but I'll do my best.
That'll do. Okay. Ready, set, go.
Okay.
30 seconds is away.
It's going to be kind of a big parachute, I think.
Oh, yes. Love it.
And there's going to be somebody holding on for dear life.
Love it. Oh, we're halfway, 15 seconds left.
It looks like a parachute.
Well, it is a parachute. That's why it looks like a parachute. How cool is that?
Maybe
5 seconds left, Kylie, to finish your amazing squiggle for us. Ready, set, draw, the segment's called. There you go. Pens down. Yeah. How good's that? That is amazing. It's like a polka dotted parachutist. That's awesome. Okay, terrific. Right, Kylie, we're going to do this twice just to get you warmed up.
Okay, I'll get a new layer ready.
We are going to do the second of the two squiggles, and this one in Ready, Set, Draw. This one's by a young lady named Clara, and I know her quite well too. I thought she was going to be a really good behind-the-scenes operator, but it turns out she likes to be on camera just like her dad, so that's good. Okay, so here's the picture. Here's the squiggle. Kylie, your time starts now.
Okay.
Here we go. What's she going to turn this into? This could be, I think it's going to be 2 eyes. I like this. And therefore that's going to be a bit of a top hat up the top.
Wow.
He's got some scraggly hair.
It was a person.
Oh,
when you turn it upside down, that was the dress.
Oh, yes.
And
it's flower in the hair.
And that was the head.
Yeah, well, that's the beauty of this competition. Everyone can do something different. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds is up. Look at that. How cool is that?
That's amazing.
It's amazing. Fantastic, Kylie. Well done. I think you're expertly warmed up there. And what I might do is I might just go back to the original, go back to my screen here, and we're going to do another special segment, and this is a little bit more related to Fish Kid. I do have another one. It's okay. We can do another squiggle. We're getting through. We're working it out. Now, Kylie, this next segment, we're doing 3 segments today, and you've absolutely nailed Ready, Steady, whatever I called it. Get ready, set, get set to draw. I don't know what I called it, but it was amazing. Now, this next segment is called, now I need a little helper to give me the title. What's the next segment? Bring the title in front of the camera. It's called Story Starters. Oh, wow. I tell you what. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Clara. We've got the message now that it's Story Starters. Now, a good way to start a story, you can move it aside now if you like, Clara. A good way to start a story, Clara, if you could move it aside, that'd be really helpful. Really helpful. maybe your sister might need to help you with that. Oh, do you want to have a treat? She's learnt that from her dad. Lollipops. They're off for lollipops. Phew, that's a relief. Okay, so kids at home, you might have some pens and pencils with you, which is awesome. That's great. because this is where you're going to need it. So Kylie, as a story starter, this is in 2 parts. First, why don't you go and ask Mummy if you could have a lolly? That would be nice, wouldn't it? Terrific. Thanks, Clara. Model parenting here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get you to, if you could, draw Fish Kid himself for us and teach us how to draw Fish Kid. And then I've got a little twist on that, which is going to help the kids at home not only draw Fish Kid, but also start their own story, okay? So Kylie, if you wouldn't mind sharing your screen once more, and you could take us through it, and I might actually have a go at drawing Fish Kid as well, if that's okay.
Yeah.
And his name's Bodhi, isn't it?
Yes.
His name's Bodhi, and he has fish powers, and his second adventure is out now. So if you want to learn how to draw Fish Kid, now's the time to follow along with Kylie. Okay, here comes the screen.
For some reason, my screen's not wanting to do it a second time. I'll give it another go.
He's not interested. Well, that's okay. I'm going to, why don't I have a go if you can't have a go? You've been on your best behavior too. Yes, excellent. Wouldn't like to see worse behavior. Okay, if you're not, is your screen coming up, Kyles?
It's not
Think
doing
about it.
or it wants me to host my own Zoom meeting or something.
Okay, no worries. Well, that's okay. If you've got a paper in front of you and a pen, you might be able to do the old school way.
Okay.
If that's easier.
Yes, we might be able to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's being
Great.
silly. Okay. All right. Let's go back to the old-fashioned pen and paper.
All right. Yes, absolutely. Okay, so what do you need to do? What's your first tip?
When I'm drawing Bodhi, I do the jawline first. So I'll show you here.
The jawline first, okay.
Yeah, so I actually start with that part.
Okay, sort of like a U-ish sort of shape.
Yeah, kind of a U-ish shape.
Okay, great. I'm following along as well, so you're going to get an amazing sketch from me as well, which will be a thrill. Okay, so, okay, good. We've got that, yep, and we've got ears that sort of appear.
2 little ears like that.
Yep, love it.
Okay, and then
good.
the eyes are quite wide set. Just 2 dots, quite far apart.
Quite far apart. So kids at home, make sure you're getting your eyes, they're like dots and they're quite far apart. So keep them far apart. Might look a bit strange at the moment, but it will start to make sense very soon.
And then a little button nose, which is just an upside down U.
An upside down U for a button nose. So sort of where that curve, where the chin sort of starts, or just above where the chin starts in the middle. Okay, yep. Oh, mine's looking unusual.
And the mouth is just a big smile. Well, that was a bit dark actually. A big smiley mouth.
Big smiley mouth. Okay.
And then
oh yes, a big smiley, sort of like a crescent moon almost.
Next thing I do, I might blow that up a bit for you actually. Next thing I do is the hair. So the hair starts over one side and we just go down towards his nose like that, in between his nose.
Oh, it's a bit David Bowie. The kids at home, that's a really old rock singer. Okay, so we need, okay, yep, I've got that happening too.
Okay.
And a line in the middle.
Yep. And then we're going to do a little bit more hair this way.
Okay.
A bit of a zigzag of hair that way.
Zigzag of hair that way. Okay, we can do that.
It's looking a little bit different because I'm kind of drawing sideways.
Yeah. No, because the technology's let us down ever so slightly, which we understand because we're all new at this. It's a bit tricky for you, but you're doing a great job. Well done. Kids at home, how's it looking? Is it looking like Fish Kid, or is it looking a bit not like Fish Kid, like mine? But mine's not too bad. You'll see mine in a sec. What's the next step, Kyles?
This is quite hard to draw. I'll draw this like 3 or 4 times roughly until I get it right, and then I'll put it on another layer and I'll do the final trace. I never get it right the first time. Like it takes lots and lots of sketching to get him right.
But that's good to know. Kids who are thinking, well, how come I'm not getting this right the first go, and then they just throw it away. That's actually a good advice. You've just got to keep trying and trying and trying till you get it right. You've got to perfect it.
constantly refining it. Yeah. Okay, then we're going to put the snorkel mask on his head. So that's just a big oval up the top.
A big oval on his head, sort of like an Easter egg on the side. Okay.
Yeah, mine's looking a bit wobbly the way I'm drawing, but
Yep.
doesn't matter. And then there's, you know how you wear a snorkel mask, it's got that little bit for its nose. So I just do a little triangle there for where the nose goes in.
Okay. Triangle there. Yep. I like that.
And then we're going to put in the actual snorkel that he breathes through. So it's just a little line up the top there.
Little line up the top. Oh, I haven't left enough room for my line. Oh, yes, I have. Yes, I have. There we go.
And the little sort of
got a line up the top.
Yeah, side of his head there.
I got one. So look.
Thank you very much. Okay, did you go and see Mum?
Yeah. Yeah.
Great. Little snorkel down the side. Well, you can have that in a sec, okay? Okay, we got the snorkel around the side. That's good.
Okay,
Hope
and
the kids
then
at home are following along well.
a little bit of hair underneath that snorkel and another little bit of hair sticking out the other side. So just a few more little pokey bits of hair.
Okay. A little bit of pokey bits at the side, a little bit there. Yep. Well, I don't know if it looks exactly the same, but I'm...
The most important thing to draw with characters is our eyebrows, because you can really show a lot of emotion with their eyebrows. So he's just got two little eyebrows there.
Okay. He looks quite happy too.
He does.
So his eyebrows are sort of happy eyebrows.
Some
I'm not happy with
freckles.
my...
Three tiny dots on top of his nose for freckles. Don't know if you can see them, they're so tiny. And a couple of little freckles on each of his cheeks as well.
Okay, so adding your freckles, kids at home who are drawing along, add your freckles.
There's the freckles. Derek
Freckles look quite cute.
He's got freckles too, doesn't he, like that?
Yes, he does. He's got a lot of freckles. I had heaps of freckles when I was a kid, and that's sort of where it came from. I did, yeah.
Little skinny neck.
Okay. And then his neck. Awesome. I wonder how the kids at home are going. That is Bodhi from Fish Kid, and I might just show you. I might just show you. Yeah, you can. I'll just show you my version of Bodhi, just so the kids can see that too. And here he is, coming up there. There's Bodhi there. So that's looking good.
Wow.
He's a slightly, he's sort of squished. He's sort of thinner in the face, my Bodhi, than your Bodhi.
I think he's a bit, maybe it's when Bodhi's grown up a bit. He's got quite a masculine jaw.
Yes, that's right. Now, I did mention the story starters aspect. This is what I'm calling this little section of the live stream. So kids at home, you've learned how to draw Bodhi from Fish Kid, and we're going to mix Bodhi up with Derek from Derek Dool somehow. Kylie's going to tell me what to do here. And we're going to come up with a brand new character, and kids at home this afternoon, or wherever you are if you're watching in WA, or you might not even be watching it live. You might be watching it later on. Come up with a story based on this brand new character we're about to create. So, Kylie, you are sort of familiar with Derek Dool and the character, it's fair to say. What aspect of Derek should I add to my Bodhi here?
Oh, well, I love that shirt. I love Derek's shirt. Do you think we should give him a crazy shirt?
A crazy shirt. Okay, we can do that. Let's give him a crazy shirt. Apologies to Scott Edgar here, who's done an amazing job illustrating Derek, and then I'm just going to come in here and do what I can. So his arm goes up like that, and his leg arms sort of. He's a bit of a show off. I think he and Bodhi are. And he's I goes off to the side, and I've run out of room for his legs. But I was thinking maybe one other aspect that we could take from Derek is perhaps he's missing a few teeth, this new character, right? Missing a few teeth. Now he's got Derek's sort of freckles, which are a little bit more obvious. It's fair to say. And maybe he also likes to dance. Okay, so we've got the mirror ball here, which is
maybe it's underwater dance.
Maybe he loves to dance underwater. That's a great idea. So He's got the water here and he's popping out of the water. He's got his wetsuit on underneath and he's like, hey, I'm an underwater dancer. And so if we merge Bodhi, is that how you spell Bodhi, Carls?
Yeah, I think so.
Bodhi, I think so, she says.
I call it Fish Kid most of the time.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's B-O-D-H. Apologies to all the Bodhies out there that have been just...
There are a couple of ways of spelling it. And to be honest, we started spelling it one way in the first few drafts and then we changed
it.
So that's why I was like, let me just check how did we spell it in the end.
We're going to call him Boric because it's Bodhi and Derek combined. And so kids at home, here's a challenge for you. Can you come up with a short story featuring Boric, the amazing underwater dancer?
We're gonna have publishers ringing us any second for the collaboration.
What a story about Boric. That's fantastic. Okay, Kyles, before we let you go and before we finish up this wonderful live stream, thanks for joining us. And I hope the kids are enjoying finding a little bit about drawing, finding out a little bit about drawing a Fish Kid particularly. We've got one last thing that I want to do with you. And I've lost my helper, so I can't have my special sign. Let me see if I can grab the special sign, okay? Just bear with me, Kyles. Okay, I've got it. This is just clearly a one-man show. Okay, it's time for Boredom Busters. Yay! Who are you going to call? Boredom Busters. Okay, and to play Boredom Busters, this is basically where we're going to do, my girls love to do craft, and kids, if you're watching, I'm sure you love to do like arts and craft. So we're going to do some craft, some bookish craft inspired by your book, Kylie.
Okay.
All you need, kids at home, if you've got your paper and pencils in front of you, you just need to grab one of your sheets of paper. And if you can, maybe you might need mum and dad to help if this is tricky, but you need to fold it so that it, tear down the sides so that it becomes a square. You need a square sheet, okay? Because we are going to try and make some fish origami.
Oh, okay.
Inspired by Fish Kids. So to do this, I might just need to get a little bit closer. Apologies to those that are eating their lunch for this. Take our square, and kids at home, take our square and fold it directly in half, okay? Like that. So you get a triangle. And then once you've done that, you want to fold it the other way as well. Now, if we're going too fast for you kids, you can always come back to this later, pause it, and do it in your own pace if it's all a bit too tricky. Okay, so now you should have a piece of paper which looks a bit like this. You folded it two ways. Okay, so now what you need to do, this is the tricky bit. You need to get these bits, these sort of inner flaps, and fold it like that. So you're making, I don't know if you can do that, Kyles. Take one of those triangles that you've made, sort of make a fold in the middle of it and bring the two tips together. Does that make sense?
It makes sense.
Hopefully the kids are following along with us. So you basically, you take that part and you create a little fold so that you bring those two tips together. And then you're going to do exactly the same thing on the other side, right? Push that in and you've now got, it almost looks like a pirate hat. Arr, me hearties. Kind of like a pirate hat. I can see, we haven't mentioned Chip either. I was thinking of pirates. I was thinking of the sea again, and Chip's over your shoulder there, Kyles. Chip the seagull.
Chip on my shoulder.
I've got my Chip t-shirt on. Okay, you've got that happening. That's awesome. Okay, now we're into the final moments of this. So we need to take one of the, you end up with two sort of triangles on either side. You need to take one of them and fold it down so that it creates another little triangle that's hanging off the bottom, if that makes sense. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
So you just take one of your triangles, fold it over like that.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've done this before, Kyles.
I haven't.
And then take the other one and fold that over it. Okay. Take the other one, fold that over the one you just did.
Oh,
Okay.
maybe I did that one.
Now, some of the smart kids are probably already across what's happened here. So, Kyles, how are you going with that?
I think I had to turn it over.
I probably missed a crucial step, no doubt.
I think
Yes,
I folded
awesome.
Is that
Oh,
right?
yeah, okay. So what you need to do is you've got to make sure this is a tip for those that haven't made fish origami before. You've got to make sure that you're folding on the one side only. Okay. Keep your other side unfolded. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah. I'm going wrong somewhere, Adrian.
Kylie's struggling, but I'm sure the kids at home are okay. So, Kyles, get your two wings on that side. Yep, fold that in, and then see where your fingers are on your left hand. Fold that wing in as well. But yeah, that's it. Perfect.
Something's happening now.
Fold it so that you get sort of the two, what's going to become.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So you got that. The kids at home got. Yes, awesome. But now we need to flip it over so that the tail, so you've got the triangle and your tail sort of pops out the back. That makes sense.
That's a cute fish. I like it.
You've got some fish origami. And so what I did, I prepared one earlier and I actually colored it in. So kids, once you've done your fish, you can color it in, put an eye on it. Kylie, you might want to put an eye on yours or a face on yours now if you like. And then you've got your fish origami, all inspired by Fish Kid. And you can feel like you're visiting the aquarium and you're underwater. Look at that.
I love it. I love it. I'm definitely going to do
What
this.
type of fish? What type of fish breed is that, Kyles?
A pointed something. I think
Kylie's created a pointed something. That's awesome. So that's how you make your fish origami. That's the boredom buster for today. Kids, thank you very much for joining us. And Kylie, thank you very much for joining us.
Oh, you're welcome.
Obviously, Fish Kid is amazing. Now, kids, this afternoon, you can make your fish origami. You can come back to this video to check out the steps if I didn't explain it too well. But also, you can take Borek as your yes, there's a fish going past Fish Kid. You can take Borek, a mixture of Bodie and Derek, and turn him into an amazing short story star. I'll just remind you of Borek because that was an amazing creation. There he is there. He's an underwater dancer. So please get on board with a short story. We'd love to see what you come up with. And of course, Kylie, you know, Fish Kid is out there. So I hope kids are enjoying Fish Kid. And can we see some more Fish Kids in the future, maybe?
Yes, I am about to start illustrating Fish Kid 3 in the next few weeks.
Fish Kid 3. Wow, fantastic. Okay, so Fish Kid 1 and 2 is out. 3's coming. Kylie, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Bye.
Okay. Bye. Bye, everyone. Thanks for joining us on the Author Hangout. See you next time.